Hi, this is Jason Matthew, and welcome to my concept pitch for an app I'm designing called Ctrl-1-Betes. I want you to think of someone you love very much. That person you would do anything for. And then I want you to imagine that person being suddenly diagnosed with an incurable disease. A disease that requires strict lifestyle changes in order for the person to survive. How does that make you feel? Frustrated? Angry, afraid, probably all of the above. Unfortunately, more than 15,000 parents go through a similar scenario every year in the US when their child is suddenly diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. A child who is type 1 diabetic can no longer self-regulate his blood glucose levels. If his blood glucose levels rises too high or drops too low, he can die. In this scenario, Tomiko notices that her son Luke is always asking for something to drink and frequently needs to go to the bathroom. Additionally, Tomiko finds that Luke is significantly less active than his friends. Tomiko decides to take Luke to the doctor for a checkup. I'm sure nothing is wrong. I'm just being one of those overly cautious first-time moms. Unfortunately, Luke is diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Tomiko's world is instantly turned upside down. Tomiko wonders if Luke will live a normal life. Tomiko is then directed to the diabetic nurses education station and is told once she is finished there, Luke will be discharged. At the nurses station, Tomiko is being bombarded with a lot of information, most of which she's not paying attention to, as she's still processing the fact that her son has type 1 diabetes. Tomiko is lucky in that she will be returning to the diabetic clinic for follow-up every 3 months. But there are many people who are not that lucky. Either they live in remote areas or there are no robust diabetic education programs in their country. Tomiko is overwhelmed when she reaches home. She has a lot of information to process and skills to master quickly. She feels alone. She feels she can't go to her friends because they are not experiencing a similar situation. Fortunately, Tomiko remembers that the nurse also gave her the link to an app that could help her when she's at home. At Ctrl-1-Betes, we are dedicated to designing products that empower parents to manage their child's type 1 diabetes, therefore increasing the quality of life for themselves, their child, and their family overall. This app has three main components. In the Be Informed, Being Control component, there are short interactive videos that cover the following topics that are on the screen. Besides being able to pause and replay video segments, these videos will include interactive components, such as the video asking the user questions before proceeding or providing hyperlinks to other videos. When users log into the app, they will also have the option to join the social network system of the app. This space will afford users the ability to communicate and support each other as well as share files with each other. We hope that this network will foster the development of a community of learners where the more experienced ones will help those of lesser experience and also be there emotionally for each other. Finally, the app will contain simulations and games. There will be digital smart tools such as a carb counter. The major source of glucose in our body comes from the carbohydrates we eat, so therefore a carb counter will be very useful for preparing meals for diabetic patients. There will be simulations of authentic diabetic scenarios where the user can play the role of the patient, caregiver, or primary health provider. There will be a diabetic game that the caregiver can play with or without the child to learn about type 1 diabetes. We hope that the cognitive, emotional, and social cultural components of the Ctrl-1-Betes app will decrease the cognitive and emotional burden of parents and empower them to quickly gain the confidence needed to effectively manage their child's disease. So guys, I hope you all are really excited about this project as I am. Please send me your ideas and thoughts. If you want to volunteer your skills and time, please shoot me an email or comment in the comment section below. Thank you.